G'day! Minecraft Down Under Season 4 has come to an end. It's time to do an end of season world tour. This season's theme was dark, gloomy and heavy on the black stone brick to give off that feeling of evil. I went with a evil castle surrounded by a corrupted landscape. I will also be showing off many other large automated farms in the same world, like a huge gold farm, wither skeleton farm, witch farm. There is just so many farms that we'll be checking out as well in this video. All this is built in the same world in survival. That's right, in survival. Over 120 episodes and live streams, which, you know, the link can be found to these episodes in the description below. First off, we'll be starting this tour around the main base. Lots of hard work went into this world, guys, so please smash those buttons. Now grab a cuppa, sit back and enjoy the tour. It was 120 episodes ago, we generated a brand new world on the latest version of Minecraft, which happened to be the Nether update at the time. Obviously new biomes and new stones, and I was super keen, super excited to get in and see what the Nether update had to offer. I had a plan, rough plan in my head what I wanted to do. I wanted to build with blackstone and all that good stuff. Currently, this is what we had to work with. This is a brand new generated world on the same seed to sort of see the before and then the after, if you know what I mean. So not much has changed in the landscape because I went and put a nether rack layer right over the top. And my nether portal was actually over there on that mound, and the four-sided skull house was actually on that mound, and the breeder was over down there in the gully, and over there we had Nigel's tower, and yeah, right where we're standing is roughly sort of, I would say it was on the path, because right in front of me was our evil dark castle that we were constructing. So there we go. I just thought we'd see the before, and let's go into the after. This is the after. We were just standing probably down around about there. Let's zoom in a little bit. We were standing around about there. That used to be an oak forest, a small oak forest, and we were sort of facing towards the coastline, as you can see. Now, where to start this tour? Probably should start at the front door, maybe do the main base, then walk around and I'll show you the ins and outs of farms and all sorts of good stuff. So let's go ahead and glide on down. Yep, we'll go ahead and glide on down. I'll try not to get caught on any of the trees as we go. Check this out. There we go. And I'll aim for that front door. And wrap us around. All right. Perfect landing, which, you know, it's rare for me. I always go splat. Okay, Flaming Galar, I'm missing my front doors. And you know why I'm missing my front doors? It's because I play on hard mode, and there is currently a trading hall underneath my base. So zombies attack me every night, always taking out my bloomin' front door. Maybe I should install some defenses when I was going through. Okay, so we'll start with the main base and then sort of walk around the base and check out all the builds around the base. And yeah, so let's do this. Let's just go ahead and get into stuff. So the main base here is meant to look spooky, evil, lots of black stone, lots of lanterns, bars, colors, really, you know, reds and lava, and even the floor is made out of bone. That's right, it is literally made out of bone. And talking about some of those zombies, here comes one now. Is that my front door? Put down my blummin' front door. He's going to go around. That's my front door. Yeah, he's nicked my front door. All right, grab that back. Thank you very much, mate. Okay, so not really much to look at. Every side is roughly the same. It's just designed that way. I'll take you around here. Oh, look, he's even look, every door. They've nicked all me bloomin' doors. That's struth. Oh well, I have to replace those later. Alright, so I think we should go down before we go up, because this time around, I've always built my storage systems and stuff below, but this time around, I built it up. That's right, in the air. So maybe it's a good idea to sort of start below and then head on up. So in the basement, we have the trading hall. I have a small trading hall. This is where the iron golems from the iron farm, as you can see he's burning up now, come down from the roof, which we will get to that soon. One thing at a time. We'll just sort of start from, you know, the start and then, yeah, move on. So if you come on in here, this is the trading hall. All these fellas, as you can see, are sleeping, so it must be dark outside. I trade for my emeralds. Now trade iron for my emeralds. That's right. So if you check this chest out here, this chest here is where all the iron from the iron farm comes down the tube, comes to a chest, so I can trade all this iron into emeralds. And this chest will always stay at 99.9% full. As you can see, there's one missing, because as soon as it gets to 100% capacity, it sends that piece of iron off. It sends iron off up in, well, you can't see it right now, but up into the storage unit, well, storage silo on top of the base. So there's always iron down here to trade with. I could literally withdraw all this, and slowly but surely the iron, the golems will come down, die, fill up the chests, and any excess iron ends up in the silo upstairs, which is pretty cool. Now this guy down here, I should have named. He's down here protecting our villagers, which we trade with. I should have gave him a name. And over here is our secret entrance and exit, which is just sort of a boat dock. Look. See, it heads on outside. It's like a secret cave. We used TNT to make this cave. It was not originally here on this world. So this here is my trading hall. At the back, you've just pretty much got access. Come out the back. Access to, oh, we got a bed. We probably plop in and sleep. Access to each of the cells. Didn't design anything fancy. No automatic recyclers or anything like that. Not at all. So we'll just quickly sleep, bump, make it day. At least it's daytime outside now. We've got no zombies kicking down the door, if you know what I mean. Okay, so that was the trading hall in the basement / our secret entrance. So come on out. Now, we do filter out all the flowers from the iron golem. So the iron golem drops down here in the kill station. And underneath us, we actually got a flower sorter here. So it sorts out the poppies. It disintegrates. Well, we keep 99% of them, and any excess, so the chest will always remain full, and any excess gets disintegrated down there. We got the systems installed for that. Filter down here in the extra basement. Oh, as you've just seen, there was one there that just got disintegrated. It always keeps the chest full, which is bloomin' fantastic. And come on up. Alright, let's head on upstairs. Okay, so the way to get up on any of the floors in this base is you come right around, walk all the way around until you see a door. So each of the wings, usually have something in it, like silos, or one of them go down to the mine, and but this wing over here does not have any silos or anything else. It actually has what the fans have been calling a elevator, which is just vines that we climb up to the second floor. We didn't do anything fancy this time around. So this is the second floor here. Just more viewpoints, looks good. Nothing really spawns up here, which is lovely. And there you go. A bit of a shot straight down and out. Yeah, so where the actual storage is and crafting area and all that is up on the third floor. So climb up one more floor. Here we are. This is the crafting and storage section of the main base. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. It's actually not as big as I wanted to be, especially with a lot of the new blocks to be honest with you, but we have most of the stuff we do use here on the line. We've got woods and vines and just all sorts of stuff wrapped around. I did what I could with the room I could. Unfortunately, sticking all that redstone back there for an automatic storage system, sorting system, it was difficult. It was definitely a pain in the bum. I hid most of the redstone behind the wall, all the hopper lines and everything else, and covered it up with more vines and arches and stuff like that. Now I'm actually crafting area. I better eat something. The crafting area, and I spend a lot of time is chilling, is over here. So as you can see, I repair and make stuff and just rockets, and this is usually where I have my beds, but I've currently got it in my hand. Normally have a double bed there, but yeah, we got it in the hand so I can sort of sleep on the go, if you know what I mean. Diamonds and yeah, netherite, and this is where we stick in all the items to be automatically sorted. So you'd stick items in here, it would shoot up here and go up and over into some hoppers and get automatically sorted into the right chests. And that sort of wraps around the entire room. All the hopper lines are hidden inside the walls, and all the redstone, yeah, all hidden inside the rooms. Well, walls, I should say. I was going to install a shulker system, so I could sort of stand on my thing and empty shulkers and break them, but I never got around to doing that. I'd actually, to be honest, I never really used shulkers towards the end, and I should have. Everybody was telling me to, but I never ended up doing that. Okay, so obviously, this here is an industrial smelter. It uses a minecart system to spread it all out, makes it all even, and just automatically smelts stuff for me, because, you know, I did a lot of smelting in the series, and, yeah, pops out the chest down here. And over here, we have the miscellaneous section. This is the junk chests. So anything that doesn't end up in the right chests to get sorted out goes into these miscellaneous chests, as you can see. And yeah, I can just grab them out of there. Over here in this corner is the way down and up. This is to the mine shaft below. Yep, I have access right down to the mine shaft below. I'll take you down there in a sec quickly. But over in this corner, well, remember how I was telling you every wing has something different in the towers? Yeah, well, that's one of them. It has a water elevator going down. Over in this corner is a iron silo. So remember how I was saying everything downstairs automatically, you know, the chest automatically gets full, it sends it up here. And it stores all our iron. And we've got a metric butt ton of iron. I've been trying to turn them into blocks as faster as it's coming up. So much iron. Pretty much an infinity source of iron. So that's what that tower is used for. And over this tower, as you can see, was our elevator. Alright, so I'll quickly take you to obviously the mine shafts. Yep. So I spent a lot of time in this room, you know, just taking out stuff, putting stuff back, and smelting, crafting, lots of days in this room. Now, the inputs for the fuel and stuff for the smeltery is up here on the ledge, and I've got it here. Bomb, input, fuel only. Alright, come over here. Down we go to the mine. This will take you all the way down to our mine shaft. Nothing pretty, I must admit. Nothing pretty at all. Just sort of goes, and there's just offshoots that go for, you know, a while. Where I was farming a lot of the diamonds and stuff very early on. I used to do mining live streams where I would just do a hour plus stream of just mining and chit-chatting to the fans, and yeah, bring all that stuff back, and you could put it in this chest, and it would literally go upstairs to be automatically sorted out, which was quite cool. Now this is the upshoot. This takes you all the way back up to our third floor of our castle. Woohoo! Yep, see? Takes you up to the third floor of our castle again, and we're back. So I can literally go down, do some mining, come back, smelt stuff. Everything automatically gets sorted. The only thing we had problems with in the sorter here is cobblestone. Cobblestone, you know, it's abundant. You always have it. And it filled up our storage here really quickly. And we had it overflowing into our miscellaneous section. Now, later days, we actually installed, there's a filter here. So if this storage here, because there's a couple of chests back here, these chests would all get full of cobble. And if it tried to overflow into our miscellaneous, we've got a filter here now blocking that, and it actually gets disintegrated so we don't keep too much cobble, which is bloomin' fantastic. So we sort of overcome that problem. Now out here is my what I like the landing pad, the flight deck, whatever you want to call it. This is where I come out and I take off with my elytra to anywhere I want to go. To be honest, this could have been designed a lot better. I was saying to fans and everything when I was doing the episodes and live streams that I wanted to put like a big ring in here to make it like a official landing pad. But this is the only side of the actual castle that that we can get access on the 3rd floor immediately. And the reason why this corridor is all wonky, because above us is more hopper lines, redstone controlling all the smelteries, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I tried so hard to keep hidden and look good at the same time, if you know what I mean. See, we're at the back of the automatic smeltery just then. Now, if you want to see the smelter in action, I could easily do that for you real quick. Let's grab half a stack of cobble here, and we'll just smelt that down. Just throw it in the input, because I know some people like to see it in action. But this thing works like a treat. I did do a tutorial on it a while ago. It's got an automatic spreader, it uses mine carts, and so satisfying. Bloomin' satisfying, that. Industrial smelters. Bloomin' brilliant. Okay, well, let's head out to the roof. Yep, there's nothing really more to see here, but you want to go to the roof of the castle now. So up we go. Keep going. This is the biggest bit, because we've got to climb all the way up until we hit the roof. Now, the roof is all slabbed, so we don't have to worry about lighting. Now, obviously, in a later version of Minecraft, they changed how lighting works, so this would probably not be necessary any longer. But what do we got here? Now, you're probably like, wow, this is just a whole mess. So, in the center, there is actually an iron farm right on top. And we designed and built these curves here to make it look really cool, with lava flowing through it. The lava actually flows off the edge as well as straight through. It sort of goes two ways, but it's holding up our iron farm. That was what it was meant to do. Hold up our iron farm. Now we've got it surrounded by beacons, because I've got an automatic wither skeleton farm and a really simple way to kill them. We'll be checking that out later. And yeah, and the iron golems just sort of fall down the center here and right down. Since the iron farm is so high up in the sky, we're kind of high up in the sky, it doesn't affect the villager trading hall that is right down below. Well, there goes one there. So, which is bloomin' fantastic. Now, if you put too many villagers, too close together, like if that was, the trading hall was too high, it would affect the iron farm, and the iron golems would not spawn on our pad up there and fall down in the water and go splash, which is, yeah. So I have a full tutorial on this very simple iron farm here. Links to a playlist of tutorials will be found in the description if you need help with any of it. So it is currently getting nighttime, but what I'm going to do is sort of take off and take you up, which I don't normally go up to the iron farm itself, but somebody might call me out for that one. So let's sort of take off, get some air. Oh, we get to see it sort of at nighttime. Try land up here as best we can. Oh, can we do it? Oh yes, perfect. All right, excellent. So, we're standing on the iron farm, and iron golems spawn around us and go down the center. It's pretty simple stuff. Underneath us, we've got 3 villagers, which is currently being constantly scared by a named zombie inside a cell here. And we have a redstone circuit opening and close the doors, trap doors, so they don't get burnt out. Because if you're constantly scared villagers to force iron golems to spawn, what actually happens is they get burnt out, which means they won't spawn iron golems. But if you put a trapdoor and line of sight them, well, then it sort of refreshes that, which is bloomin' fantastic. As I said, tutorial for this is linked in the description below. Okay, so there we go. That's pretty much the entire castle right there. It did take quite a long time to actually get fully finished. Not too long ago we had torches all over the top here and not slabbed, and spawning problems and all that crazy stuff. Now I think it's time to take you guys out the front. Okay, now we're out the front again. Yep, all over again. I think we'll start working, to our left first, and then we'll sort of all the way around here. Okay, so a lot of the people watching now will not recognise that I put street lights up. I put some decorations up around, like filled some of this was like very open. I didn't plant any trees close to the base, so it didn't take away from the base. If we had too many trees here planted around the base, then yeah, it would have been sort of clogged. So I made it so pretty much on the opposite side of the path was all forest, and then on the inner side of the path was not. Problem was it left these big open gaps, which yeah, just ended up putting in like broken gazebo and some lights and stuff just to sort of fill the decoration there. So that way up there just goes to the nether. That's right, that goes to the nether and Lava Lake Inn, which we'll be checking out later on. But if we keep going around, we'll head out to Nigel's tower. Okay, so this is the first stop of this tour. Now, Nigel's tower originally was just a plain tower, I must admit. It was plain, trust me. Inside the tower we attempted to build an automatic AFK fishing farm, but since they broke it, it was extremely hard. We tried couple of episodes, few episodes actually, hours, trying to get this thing to bloody work, and it just wouldn't work. It was meant to be a fishing tower. We were meant to build the fishing farm inside, have a filter and storage and all that good stuff built inside this plain tower that we had. But since, you know, those plans fell through, we ended up going with a automatic flower farm. So we could get dyes, and that's what we've built inside this now. And as you can see, we've obviously decked it out, decorated it, made it look weird and out of this world. That was what we were going for. So come on up, I'll show you inside the actual tower itself, which I've put a button on, finally. So in the center here, we've obviously got levers. There you go. And that's literally how the tower works. And this tower makes turns the roses and yeah, it makes dyes and stuff. It's bloomin' useful for very quick flower farm up here. Now on the second floor, yep, that's right, there is actual second floor that we managed to squeeze in this tight space. But this one here, also, well, this is going to get loud, so I do apologize. It's going to get loud. That does single tall. That's right. How cool is that? Seeds and yeah. So it has a second floor, and that's what it looks like on the outside. Yeah, it's just blooming fantastic. I'm collecting all this junk as we go along. So come on down. So that was what we built. We needed dyes and other things, and I used these in the bee aviary as well, so it was bloody handy to have. But that there was Nigel's tower. It actually has some history, because it's been around for quite a while. It just never looked so good before. It was just literally a round tower, very boring, and we pimped it up. So let's keep going right around the base here. Like, we're just going to keep going right around, show you all the builds around the base before we venture out deeper into the world. Now I've got a fake graveyard on the left hand side over here, another entrance to the base. These bloomin' zombies really got bad when I installed that trading hall. But I've got a fake graveyard here, just to sort of spruce it up, filling those gaps, as I was saying before, filling those gaps. Very handy. Graveyard to bury everything, like, my 1,000 levels that I lost. Alright, come back here. We're not here to look at a graveyard. Come on down here. So down this path, we come down to my automatic breeder. That's right. So this breeder is meant to look evil and nasty, and it turned out exactly what I want. It looked like to be honest, it looks like a mace. Yep, a one-handed mace. That's what it looks like. Now, I'll take you up the top real quick. I should have brought some ender pearls. Probably would have been a little bit quicker, if you know what I mean. Swing it around. We'll try and land up here. Whoa, sorry for making anyone sick. Flight sick, but we have our villagers. We did have our villagers. Where are you guys? Okay, they're in there somewhere, or have they? No, there they are. You guys were bloody hiding. I was like, where are they? So we got a couple of villagers in there, and they're doing their thing. They're actually, harvesting and throwing food to each other, which causes them to, make more baby villagers. And what we have on each wing, we've got a bed here, and we've got a bed over here, and we've got a bed over there, we've got a bed over there. So we've got a bed on every side. So they sort of try to fill those beds. That's why they keep trying to breed. Now what actually happens is baby villagers are actually attracted to beds. So they want to jump on them. Doing, doing, doing. They're like kids. Well, they are kids. So what actually happens is when they bred, well, one of the baby villagers will try get onto the bed here, but they'll fall down our water hole here and fall down to our next bit of the facility. Now, this farm, you could turn this farm on and off. Like literally there, you put a lever here and you could activate some pistons, which will block the line of sight of the bed, which actually causes the villagers to not breed any longer. That's right, so it does have an on and off system, which is fantastic, but we didn't need that because we come up with another system, which I'll show you soon. Now, these villagers were used in all sorts of things, like the villager trading hall underneath the base that we checked out earlier. Now, you're probably, okay, where the babies go? Where do those babies go once they try to get on that bed? Well, come on down. Yeah, back down here. Let's go back down the hatch. Whoop. So this hatch goes deep under the ground. See, I'm trying as you can hear, I'm trying my hardest to keep any villagers away from my iron farm the higher up. So I bring these suckers down. That's right. So I brought them down under the ground. I have a collector system here with a minecart, and I can sort of send them anywhere I want through the tracks and all the mine shafts and stuff. And yeah, so what actually happens here, I'll come out here. So up there, that's where the babies come out. They come down, they go splat. Well, they shouldn't really. So what actually happens is this detects how many villagers we have and keeps some on hold at all times. Keeps 3, I think. Yeah, 3 or 4 villagers, I think. I'll say 3 for now. So it keeps 3 villagers in this holding cell at all times. And if it gets any more than that, what actually happens is the pistons here come up, blocking the water off from here, and any baby villagers will go splat. It's the pit. We called it the pit. Not even kidding. So that keeps the population down, and anytime that we grab a villager from this cell here, the pressure plate obviously gets lighter, sends a signal off, putting the pistons down, and the babies go splash. They come into the grower up 5,000. So pretty much they go against here. And when they grow up, they hit the top water here, and then they end up in the cell. And that's how it works. So we've got villagers on tap. That's right, we got villagers on tap, which was pretty cool to have. It was handy, and we used a cave. So as you can see right here, there's actually a big cave network in and around the base. We kind of used it. If you sort of come down here, people don't really see down here, but there's like, oh yeah, see, it was a cave. We used a cave. All right, come on back up. There we go. So that's the breeder system. Let's keep going. It looks like we're going to hit the automatic, 4-sided automatic wood farm next. This farm provided a whole bunch of wood to me, and it was so fun to actually build. Yeah, it took a lot to build this 4-sided automatic wood farm. I'll explain a little bit about it, but every farm that we're sort of going to has its own little, how do you put it, showcase. That's right, so come past the graveyard, or the decorative graveyard, and come around to our fake castle. Yep, so this here is like a fake side castle built out of nether brick, and it actually hosts all redstone and silos and bloomin' freaking huge 4-sided wood farm in it. But this thing produces a bunch of wood, which is handy. It took a while to build, and I don't even know how I'm going to explain this, but I'm going to give the best shot I possibly can. Let's start down in the basement. We'll work our way up. So we are currently down in the basement. This is where everything gets sorted into the right cells. We have a full selector system. That's right. So if I wanted to keep a certain item, I would hit the lever up there. It would keep it. That's right. So it's a fully selectable sorter here, and anything we don't want to keep gets recycled into bone meal, reused on the farm itself. So if we come around the corner here, we've got the silo of the automatic wood farm. I'm doing this back to front. I know somebody's going to point that out, but as you can see, I've been taking chunks of wood out. This is where all my wood comes to get stored, which is bloomin' fantastic. Yes, and up this ladder over here, we actually have a bone meal farm. That's right. It actually produces its own bone meal, so it's self-sufficient because I use a lot of bone meal. So as you can see, we have like just a kelp farm growing, and what actually happens, very simple kelp farm, actually very cool. So in the sand, we've got minecart hoppers glitched inside the sand, and as soon as this piston extends, the minecart hoppers sort of suck them all up. And that's how it's like a reverse. It's how it works, which is bloody fantastic. Because as soon as these break, they actually sink to the bottom and before trying to float up. And so obviously the minecart hoppers suck them up. Then it just goes to a recycler, turns it into bone meal. And I've got a whole wing of this stuff. So it's very self-sufficient. I bloody love it. And I had to build this into the automatic wood farm. Due to the fact of the matter is it was using so much bone meal, I had to sort of make it a bit more self-sufficient. Let's go up to the control room. Yep, let's go to the control room. So come on up. I love this farm. I keep telling everyone, I love this bloody farm. It's awesome. Up we go. Welcome to the control room. Check it out. We have fuel lines. We got big control. We got bone meal, grind on and off. And this is the actual farm itself. Oh, it's night time outside. Okay, let me try to explain what's happening here. the best I can in the video without making it too long. So what happens is we've got trees that get planted. What we happen is we got dirt that automatically gets bone mealed, and there's a chance to have a flower, not a dirt, but has a chance to have a mushroom on it, which the mushroom grows obviously into the tree, and then the piston automatically detects that, pushes out the tree, and does this on 4 sides automatically towards the center. Then we have a TNT duplicating system on top, which is fully timed, by the way. We had to get the timing right. Oh, that was chaos. And drops down, blows all the wood up, and it ends up down there. There you go. That's the simplest way I could. I know I'm mixing up words and stuff, but I'm trying not to make the video too long here. But I can, turn it off for you. You just like we've even got TNT mode auto. Auto means literally what it sounds like. The TNT will not duplicate and drop until a tree has grown. Or if you turn that off, or turn that on. And what will happen is TNT will just constantly drop, never stop. So auto means it detects and then it puts out a TNT instead of being on 24/7, if you know what I mean. So let's quickly run the farm for a few seconds. It will blast some of this stuff. Yeah, you're hearing it run. Yep, it's been a while actually since I've been over here. So we're waiting for a tree to grow. Let's sort of see if we can catch this on camera if we can. Did we turn the fuel on? That would be bad. Oh, there we go. Tree grow. We've got a tree grow. So there comes the TNT. Oh, it landed in the water. So sometimes it does land in the water. Sometimes it doesn't. But there you go. TNT. Bang. And look, here comes another one. More wood going down the sink. Yep, look at that. All the wood we can want. All the glowstone. Well, not glowstone. Shroom light we want. Look, bang. Works like a bloody charm. All right, let's switch that off. As I said, I got a full in-depth, what would you call it, showcase video for this farm. All my farms are linked in the description below to have their own separate showcase videos. But there you go. How brilliant is that? Love this farm. It took probably, I don't even know how many episodes, but it took a while of us mucking around in live streams, trying to fine-tune it, put safety nets because, duping TNT constantly could go wrong, and we spent a lot of time fine-tuning and getting this farm up to scratch. Let's jump into bed. We might as well use the bed that's provided to us, which is on the side here. Boom. There we go. Make it daytime. Head on up to the top of our fake castle here. This is the top area. Now come on over to this section. Yep, we can sort of look down and see more of it. And over here is our bone meal. So all the bone meal that gets generated in the kelp farm and to the processing unit goes up here and down once it's turned into bone meal. That bone meal is controlled in the control panel downstairs with that lever that says fuel on and off. The fuel is the bone meal. The fuel goes downstairs into dispensers and And yeah, from there, as I said, it's not really in depth. I'm trying to explain it really quickly. Okay, so there's not much up in here. Most of the redstone is hidden behind the walls, obviously, and yeah, so not too much to see. As again, me trying to hide a bunch of redstone and hopper lines out the yazoo. But yeah, this was perfect. This wood farm provided hoppers and like everything. Because I got an iron farm and I got a wood farm, so I had unlimited supply of wood and iron. Hoppers, hello. Now, well, I'll show you up in the bit of a maintenance area here. It's not really special. This here is the grinding system. This grinds obviously all the kelp and everything down to bone meal. And I can switch it on and off from the control room because sometimes I want to keep. And if I keep them, it goes down to the fine sorter we've seen downstairs, the fine sorter. If I say keep everything, it goes down to the fine sorter here, and I can literally hit a lever and I can keep just one item. If I really wanted to, I could keep one item. Which was bloody fantastic. So yeah, it really does do a fantastic job. I wanted that much control. I really did. I wanted to control this farm in every point. And if we come back here, it's just more maintenance access areas. We can get into the main farm, which doesn't have a button on it. Might have been blown off by TNT, I'm not sure. You know, here's a bunch of the redstone for the... Yeah, it just goes in every direction. Alright, so let's get out of here now. That there was our 4-sided automatic wood farm, which provides all the wood that I'll ever need. Yeah. So down we go. Let's get out of here now. Hopefully I explained that well, as best as I can. Like, it's got way more details in that because, oh yeah, there's there's a button. There's different stages to growing and pushing it out and getting jammed, and there was problems arising and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. But we got through it and we built it. It's bloody awesome. Bloody awesome. Alright, so if we keep coming down the path here of the main base, we're almost all the way around. So in later date and late episodes, again with the doors, I should have installed a defense system after we put the villagers downstairs. So more decoration just to sort of fill voids here, big gaps areas, as I was saying, so it doesn't look so plain. Alright, so let's take a right here and go up to the 4-sided skull house. Have a look at this. This 4-sided skull house is actually the spot where I store all my wither skulls. That's right, it's like a wither skull shrine. And we built it in the later episodes of Minecraft Down Under. Come on in, check that out. And as you can see, all my skulls, all legit by the way. I'll show you how that's all legit later on in the tour. Come on upstairs and we've got just sort of a shrine going on. That's all this was. To be honest, we had a few ideas to what to put inside it, but you know, at the end of the day, we just ended up putting a shrine in, place to keep all my dangerous goods like Wither Skull here, so I can get it at any time, which is bloody fantastic. More of a decoration piece than anything else. Alright, so come on back down the road here. So the last project of the season was a bee aviary. Now, what this bee aviary's for is literally it's a honeycomb farm at the end of the day. It stores me bees and automatically harvests all the honeycomb and sends it down to a chest. This is one of the last projects of the season, and we're just messing around and we come up with a pretty good farm. Now, I think later on I will be doing a tutorial on this because I didn't really do any showcases or anything like that. We built this farm as soon as 1.17 dropped, because we needed the honeycomb for all the candles and stuff that 1.17 introduced. Before that, I had no real use for honeycomb, but I really wanted the candles like all over our evil builds and stuff like that. So yeah, we made this farm here. So come on in. As you can see, there's a butt ton of bees in here, and they're doing their thing. What actually happens? Well, let me explain what happens. So they harvest, they head on back to their hive, and we have an observer which detects when they pretty much leave and come in, and and then we have it's hooked into a dispenser, which the dispenser uses a pair of shears, and the shears automatically harvest our honeycomb, and then it obviously pops out of the hive, and then we've got glitched inside, we've got a minecart hopper, which sucks it up instantly. That's right, honeycomb doesn't fly out anywhere, it just goes into the minecart hopper, down and into a main line underneath the actual farm itself, and heads over here. Check that out, almost a full chest already. I think we're doing absolutely fantastic. I've seen other designs on the internet that use like minecarts underneath the floor to suck up any of the honeycomb that sort of flies out, because honeycomb has a random chance to go out the back or go out the front, go sideways, go underneath. Literally, it flies out anywhere when you use a pair of shears on it. So we come up with the idea of glitching a whole bunch of minecart hoppers inside the actual hive itself, on all the hives, so we don't have to build the rail tracks and suckers and all that stuff. I thought it was quite cool. And yeah, it works, as you can see, it works extremely well for what we got. And it's quite cool in here too. Originally, I should have listened to the fans. They were saying put a dome on top, it would have looked better. And they're definitely right about that, for sure. Now, the only huge issues that this farm actually has is getting access to restock the shears themselves. Unfortunately, you have to come out the back here, break these couple of logs, and that will give you access to the dispensers to put new shears in. Now, obviously, at the end of the season, I put a whole bunch of brand new shears in, so they're not going to need to be, you know, restocked or redone for ages. Yeah, so that's the only problem. There's no real way to put the shears in. I think in my next design, I'll have a chest so you can put shears in to restock it automatically. But yeah, so that there is my bee aviary, or my automatic honeycomb farm. I think I will do a tutorial on that sometime soon. Something simple, yeah. To be honest, this would probably look a lot nicer built out of woods, all different types of woods instead of black stone. But I had to fit it in with the rest of the theme of the main base. Okay, so let's keep going. But yeah, there we go. We've sort of gone all the way around, right back to the start. Yep, that's right. We've been around the entire base and checked it all out. So I think what's part of the base is Lava Lake Inn. So we'll check out Lava Lake Inn before going up to the nether roof. Yep, up there. We're going to the nether roof and checking out our first major farm. Because you're probably wondering, where did you get all the blackstone? How did you get all the blackstone? Well, we're going to be checking out next. We're going to be checking out a fully crazy fast XP farm, automatic bartering system. Oh, geez, this gold farm, this bloody thing is awesome. It's huge. We'll be going up there next after we're done here. But I think since we went into the nether early on, we built a nice little base out there, little baby one, called Lava Lake Inn, where we sort of done mining and just hid from the nasties. So I think we should go out there and I should show you Lava Lake Inn before going further out and finding the farms. Okay, so as you can see in front of you, this is Lava Lake Inn. We designed it and built it very early on in the series. This is quite cute, I must admit. I really do like the design. It was meant to be dark and creepy, almost like witchy, and I think it turned out really nice. So this is where we sort of hid from all the nasties in the nether and just chilled. Downstairs is where we farmed all our netherite, obviously, that netherite operations. And yeah, there's not much in here. There used to be chests and stuff where we used to store things, but I've recently broken them all, taken them back for sorting. Now, if we go to the second floor, early on, we were looking at bartering. So we captured ourselves a piggy, and we were trying to barter with him. Yeah, that's right. So it was very early on in the series. There's no automation. It's all automated now, and yeah, so we managed to capture ourselves a piggy, barter with him a little bit, and yeah, so we're just sort of chilling here. It also has access to different ways, different biomes. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, crikey. yeah, it has access to different biomes and stuff. But downstairs is also where we harvest the netherite. If you come all the way down here, this is it. This is where I use, as you can see, TNT is probably our best way of doing it. But we've got tunnels that go for miles and lots of blasting and yeah, lots of blasting. I also harvested, oh, where is it? I'm getting lost now. Harvested netherrack down here too for corrupting the land. So this here, down here, yep, this is where we got a lot of the netherrack to corrupt the land. We harvested most of it in live streams and tried not to die from lava lakes that are on top of us, and yeah, so this is where most of that netherrack came from in early days, and we just sort of placed it over the environment around the main base. Okay, I think that's it for the main base / lava lake inn. I think it's time to head out to our first major farm, first major project actually of the season, and where all this black stone freely came to my yeah. It's bloody awesome. So alright, I'll see you out there. Alrighty, this is our first major farm of the tour. Now, why am I starting here? Well, this farm here produced all the black stone, crying obsidian, and all sorts of other things that I would ever want. This farm is a crazy fast XP farm. Actually, at one point in my series, Minecraft Down Under, I had over 1,000 levels from this farm in legit survival. I lost them, I know. I lost them in a really bad, unfortunate accident, and there might have been a butt ton of rage, but hey, it happens, it's Minecraft. Yeah, it's an XP farm, it's a gold farm, it's got an automatic bartering system built in, it's got a storage silo, automatic sorting system. All that is built into this farm. It's one of my favourite farms here. It just provided everything I ever needed on this world. I loved it. And it's also one of my highest requested tutorials. Now, unfortunately, I was thinking, how would I shoot a tutorial with this farm? Well, I'm a bit stumped because there's a lot of sections, a lot of different keys to this farm, all working in order. You know, we have the obviously the XP bit, then we have the automatic bartering section, and the gold filter to fund the automatic bartering, and then the storage silo and the filters, and there was just so much to this farm. I thought, how would I break it up and make a tutorial? But it was one of my most requested, and I suppose I can still do it. If there's enough pressure for this farm to be made into a tutorial, I can easily do it. Easily. Okay, but let's start. Let's just start down below and work our way up. So as you can see, this is our storage silo. This is where all the bartering stuff from upstairs and the gold and rotten flesh come to. That's right, it comes down here, automatically gets sorted out. The problem is, most of this is quite full. I'm not even kidding you. When I say full, I mean full. Like rotten flesh coming out the flaming ears. Now, that tick, tick, tick you can hear upstairs is the overflow system. That's right, so pretty much any of this gets full, it goes to a disintegrator and gets disintegrated, so there's no, nothing laying around. But as you can see, black stone, and this is where I got plenty of it. It's got the crying obsidian, it's got obsidian, it's got everything. Like, come on, you got nuggets. I got bloody iron nuggets coming out the RZ. Neither know I've got an iron farm. Need leather? No problem. As you can see, the leather and stuff is the most produced out of the bartering. I think even the gravel, iron, and yeah, they're the higher percent chances. Even the nether bricks but lower set percents like a crying obsidian and normal obsidian, neither know I've used a butt ton of it already. Higher chances is black stone. That all sort of comes out of the bartering there. Keep on coming up. So that's the first section there. The filter itself is on top. I've hidden as much redstone as I could. But come on up. This here is where I upgrade and do some netherite crafting and all that good stuff. Well, enchanting, I should say. This here, great example. Check this out. So we've got the bartering system currently running right now. Actually, there's none in there. I put a butt ton of gold from the main base over here just to get it going to show you guys how it works. But gold is automatically filtered on the top level where I've got the XP farm, comes down through here, and I've got a add chest so I can add gold if I wanted to. Comes down, comes through here, gets bartered, automatically bartered. And then anything that gets bartered gets sucked up by the hoppers down there and goes down for filtering. So it's pretty simple. We've got overflow features here. We've got protection features. So the dropper cannot drop any more than 3 gold at a time. See, 1, 2, 3. It's all timed. So, because obviously if the gold kept dropping down, the poor piggies couldn't barter fast enough, and then the gold will despawn. It's one of the early bugs when we were building this found, you know, it was spitting out gold left, right, and center, but the gold was despawning faster than the piggies could barter for them. Anything else down here? Not really. The redstone is underneath some slabs, so I really can't show you any of that. But come upstairs. This is the... Oh, wrong way. That was a derp. Come on up. This is the heart. This is where it all takes place. So I've got 4 wings. Yes, it's overkill and you do not need 4 wings. Just putting that out there for anyone building this thing. You do not need 4 wings with 4 levels, etc. I just, you know me, build big, go home with this thing. So we got 4 wings, overkill. And pretty much we got the zombie pigmen spawning on the lava pads here because they're the only things that can really spawn. And we just sort of whack our bait piggy here, and they all just come running towards me. Look, this guy's naturally coming towards me. And he falls down into a minecart, which is hitting the entity cap for that one block. And then he automatically dies, and then his loot goes downstairs. Now, since we whacked the piggy, we would also get XP flowing underneath the slab here. So you stand here and you get all the XP you want. Trust me, as I said, I got over 1,000 levels in legit survival in Minecraft. Lost them all eventually, but you know, had over 1,000 levels at one point in time from this farm alone. I think it's right. I haven't really officially timed it, but I think it's around, you can get 30 levels, well, low levels, like from 1 to 30 in around about 60 seconds, something like that, maybe a little bit more than that. But how fast is that? This is an insanely fast gold XP farm, bartering system, everything built into one. All right, let me show you it in action. Now, it's going to get loud. Yep, oh, well, just a warning to everybody. It's going to get loud. Here we go. Smack it and just sit here. That's right. They come flying towards you down our little tracks here, 4 different directions, and you just sit here getting all that lovely XP. Look at that, flowing in. Oh, that's loud though. See, so quick, really crazy quick. All right, let's get out of there. I'm so sorry, it's really loud. And all the rotten flesh literally funnels down. Any gold gets sorted out, sent to the bartering people, and then from all the rotten flesh and gold nuggets end up going downstairs as well, bypasses them, and ends up down here in our gold nugget. Look, see, we're getting nuggets as we speak. We turn those gold nuggets back into iron bars, put them up, not iron bars, gold bars, sorry. Gold bars upstairs, and they get bartered for more epic loot. As I said, I absolutely love this farm. This farm was also built in the early stages of the release, so that meant I was getting potions as well. But unfortunately, they nerfed that, and I think glowstone was a part of the bartering, but then they nerfed that as well. There was a few items, I can't remember what, there's a few items that this farm could have farmed before they did a bartering nerf and no longer was a part of the loot table. Love this farm. As I said, provided all the blackstone you could ever want. So it was perfect, you know? Brand new, freaking nether update dropped, and this, you know, stuff was brand new. Obviously had to build out of it. I built everything out of it this season. Went a bit crazy, I know. Okay, so that there is the gold farm, bartering XP farm of Doom. Now, don't forget, if you really want that tutorial, I need to know in the comments, because moving on in the future, I may come back and, you know, fix it up a little bit, make it a bit more modern, and do some sort of a tutorial. Maybe have to split everything up for everybody, but I don't know. I'm looking into it. If the more people that cry for it, obviously something I will do down the track if requested enough. It has to be requested enough. But anyway, let's move on. And this is my Baconator 5000. This entire season, I normally live off chicken when I'm doing my Minecraft series, but this season I went full out on cooked pork chops. So I called this the Baconator 5000. This here is a Hoglin farm. That's right, it's just a very simple Hoglin farm that produces so much leather and cooked pork chops. Bloody brilliant. I love pork chops. A little bit of barbecue sauce. That's just me. Yummy. But anyway, this is a Hoglin farm. I'm just trying to climb the vine here. It was built super early on in the actual series itself to provide me with unlimited food and leather. At the time, I wasn't going to go for a chicken farm this time, but here you go. Here's the storage. You can hear it working upstairs already. Nothing special to the storage here. Look at that. Cooked pork chops out the flaming yazoo. How fantastic. And leather too. If you move further up here, you'll find leather, but it's mostly just cooked pork chops, you know. We can just keep stacking them up. It's bloody brilliant. Spend 5 minutes out here, the bloody thing will be full. Come on up to the first level here, and I'll show you the pads. There's the actual cooker itself. So any hoglins pretty much fall down, they get cooked, but the lava's so high that the meat, the cooked pork chops, go through, and the leather goes through in a hopper liner down to the storage. Oh, struggling to find my words there. Flame and Galar works perfectly. All right, first level here. As you can see, the light level has to be amped out the Yu-Yang. So hoglins do spawn here. They're the only thing that spawns here, if you know what I mean. That's why there's so much torches here right around. I don't know how this would work in the, upcoming updates in the future, because, they're changing how mobs spawn in the light level and stuff like that. But they're pretty much scared of the mushroom here, and they find the furthest point. Yep, they find the furthest point away, and the furthest point is that torch right there. But sadly, they fall down to their doom. That's literally it. Such a simple farm. I'm not even kidding. This is such a simple... Add like 10 levels. Yep, yeah, we went a bit crazy. I know. People tell me all the time, you don't need that many levels. Well, duh. We went a bit crazy there. It's just me. I have a habit of doing that a lot. And not building, very small. But if you come up here, this is where your AFK pad is. You look straight down. Look at that. Baconator is in full swing. This thing is so quick. It's not even funny. So simple, but so insanely fast. Now, a challenge would be building this same design, but down on the lava lake level. Now, I attempted this in a test well. That's right. I actually found a lava lake in the right biome, and I started building it, and I was going to do a tutorial at one point, but never ended up finishing it. But this can be built down in the, not on the roof, but down lower in the right conditions, in the right circumstances. Probably not as quick, but hey, we're on the roof of the nether, and this thing just, look at it, it runs like a bat out of hell. Already the hopper line's probably jammed with bacon. Everybody loves bacon, right? It's just jammed with it. out the yazoo. Oh, and it's not a bad looking farm. It's just, yet again, black stone, cobblestone, some fences, wood. It was such a basic farm to build. Very simple and easy. Very crazy quick indeed. Alright, I think that's our second major farm here. Let's continue on to the next one. Welcome to my wither skull or wither skeleton farm. This here is a old fortress in the Nether, and it's generated in a soul sand valley, which is quite important because nothing spawns in a soul sand valley, and everything sort of spawns inside your fortress, which was really key to this farm working really well. But come on, this is where I got all my hundreds of wither skeleton skulls and easy access to beacons and everything. It's going to get a little bit loud. So down here, we'll start with the storage. We've got obviously the wither skulls themselves, and we've got coal coming out the yazoo. We've even got blaze rods that it produces. How fantastic's that? But if you come on up, you'll see this is the chamber itself. Very quick farm. Not even kidding you. This farm is, look, watch this. We'll kill these guys. Bam. 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 Oh, try kill this fella. Look, all empty. Literally, all empty. Look, and then they start spawning and it just starts producing even more wither skeletons. Did we get a skull in? It would have been so awesome to catch that on cam. But, no, still 36 wither skeleton skulls. I was hoping for a 37, but look, I can hear them already. How nuts is that? Yep, building up already. See, look at that. Ta-da! Look at that! This thing is insanely quick. This farm is insanely quick. Actually, it didn't take too long to construct either. Bam, bam. It's bloody brilliant, this farm. Alright, I'll take you for... Oh, there was a skull. Did you guys see that? Dun, dun, dun. I seen a skull. Alright, so I'll take you up even further. We'll try not to tick anything off. But come on up. And I'll show you the actual pad, spawning pad itself. It's a very simple pad. There we go. Okay. Alright, here we go. So, pretty much, we've got a very simple pad. The rest of the fortress has been slabbed. Yep, half slabbed. So this is the only spawning pad in the entire fortress. This means it forces everything to spawn in here. Now, we're too close right now, so nothing can really spawn. But we have a piggy in the middle here, and that sort of attracts the wither skeletons. The wither skeletons actually try to kill the piggy. They charge at him like, oh, bacon, yummy! And then they charge at him, but they fall down our little trap here. There's a fall there, and... yeah, they become deader than a dead dingo's donga when we get to them. Now, on the edges, we've got the blazes that automatically try to pathfind out of our box and fall down another hole, which pretty much goes to Cactus. Yep, they're dead. They automatically fall down, and then they die. And same with any zombie pigments that may spawn. We've got carpet here that stops the magma cubes from from spawning. And yeah, that's how it works. See, look, pad's nice and empty now. If you would go down, watch this. Check this out. They'll start spawning again. I guarantee it. It keeps saying this. Farm is insane. Come down here, whack the ones that we already got. All right, deader than a dead dingo zonga. Don't know if we got any skulls. We can go downstairs. We had 36, didn't we? Last time we checked it. 37. Works brilliantly. Look, I can hear them already slamming down. Yep, here they come. Insanely quick farm. Love it. Love this farm. Now, once you got your 3 skulls, yep, you got your 3 skulls, you want to solve the wither boss. Well, this farm has a solution. It has literally an automatic wither killing station built in. Come on up. We're going to get shot at. Oh, jeez. Oh, please don't knock me off. We got to get... flaming alarm on fire. Oh, jeez. This is where I should have brought the appropriate armor, not a light trap. But go ahead, climb into the roof, and we've got a section up here where I like to fight our withers. But you don't need to. The wither boss, what we got up here is an automatic wither killing station, and you get the bloody star anyway. It's bloody brilliant. So come on up. Come on up here. And this is, I got more junk chests up here. I do apologise. There's nothing special, nothing like pretty up here, because I was trying to search for a certain type of bedrock, which was available here. And there's another one around the corner, I'm pretty sure, but this one is the one I use the most. So you can set up a wither sideways, okay? So picture building a wither sideways, right? So you would place down your blocks sideways, you place the T, it's flat, it's like laying down. You put your skulls on, and what that does is, as soon as you put the third skull on, the wither will actually stand upright, which will end up be standing on this block here and be glitched up into the roof. So he suffocates to death, drops you the star. And actually, there's multiple points around here that I have found. I can kill 3 withers at the same flame and time. So 3 withers, automatically killed, grab 3 stars, move on. How brilliant is that? Don't have to, like, oh, come on. Everybody here has probably fought a wither boss so many times. It just gets a bit boring. So, you know, that's why we come up here and we do it up here. We literally set them to suffocate. Takes a little bit. Yes, I know. All 3 suffocate. Go make a cup of tea. Come back and Bob's your bloody uncle. Yep. Flaming brilliant. This system works really, really well. Love this farm. It's another great farm. Made with a farm the skull farming so much easier. I've got to get out of here. It's not safe. Oh, hello. He's ticked at me. He's not ticked at the piggy. That's okay. All right, come on down. So there you go. So this is the wither skeleton farm that gave us all the coal that we could ever want, all the skulls that we could ever want. Bloody brilliant. Absolutely brilliant farm. Very simple to build. To be honest, the slabbing of the entire fortress was probably the only bit of a pain in the bum bit. But hey, you've got to get it done. To take Minecraft life this simple, you've got to get it done. And coal. Come on. Coal's handy. So are blaze rods. And, you know, I got them coming out the yazoo. To be honest, this coal ends up going, actually it's full now, I've got to turn it into blocks. All this coal ends up going back to the base to power my smeltery, which is bloody brilliant. And look, 39 skulls. We've gone up a few. Works perfectly. Now, obviously, this system only keeps these 3 items. The rest, actually, there's an automatic disintegrator. Can you hear it? Tick, 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 tick. Automatic disintegrator out the back. Well, I've got to take all this stuff home. Automatic disintegrator out the back, which disintegrates any junk that I do not want, because, you know, the most important thing to me is the skulls, the coal, and the blaze rods. The old swords that they drop and all that junk they drop just gets disintegrated. Don't need them any flaming longer. Look, again, see what I mean? Super quick farm. Just while we're just standing here having a chin wag. Look, a skull, I just seen one. I'll add another one. And some more blaze rods. I love it. Love this farm. I don't know what I would do to it to improve it, but I don't know. 40. I just love it. Alright, okay. It's time to move on to our next farm. It's been brilliant. Oh, see, the faster that I kill them, the faster they spawn back. Holy smokes. This thing is bloody insane. Now, one more thing. I did make it 3 wide, just so it didn't hit the entity cramming cap and automatically killed them. Because unfortunately, we still need to take our big sword, and we still need to hit them to get a nice increased rate of those skulls. Yeah, that's why it's 3 wide, if anyone does ask. Okay, let's move on. Welcome to the Rocket Factory. This is where I get unlimited gunpowder that I use obviously for my rockets so I can fly around. It's bloody brilliant. So this is an actual witch farm. It's got more drops than just gunpowder, but that's what I mostly use it for, to just being honest. So there's 2 stages to this build. Yes, that's right. I don't even know where to start. Let's just start with the witch part, the spawning part, where the witches come from, where they get grinded up, and then when all the loot goes to, where you have to stand AFK. So, alright, so inside this square cube here is a dark room. Yep, dark room with 3 spawning pads. And on those spawning pads are Hoglins. And those Hoglins actually knock off the witches down into some canals. And then they get grinded up using the minecart technique, you know, the ones that are stacked on top of each other. Then any loot comes out the side and up the tube. And up there we stand AFK for the most efficient. It's just so you don't have to slab anything or go too extreme, but I went and torched everything up anyway, just to increase the rates of this witch farm. Come on down. We do actually have access points, so I can show you a little bit of it without cracking it open and breaking it. I don't like to do that. Boom. You can hear the Hoglins upstairs on the pack dice here. The pack dice is where the witches will spawn. They get knocked off, as I said, down in the canals here. They end up on some minecarts and they die, and then the loot goes down and gets shot up the top. It's pretty basic stuff. To be honest with you, the Hoglins are actually a couple of blocks wide, so they cannot fit down the edge here, because you're probably like, oh, don't the Hoglins fall off the pads? Nope, they're stuck there. The only things that can get knocked off are the witches. So we're standing way too close for this farm to function at any sort of speed. Obviously, this is just a access point to the farm itself. Now, you can actually, or did I? Oh, I thought I left a crafting table over there. Now, you can climb a ladder to get up there, but I think we're just probably going to fly up using rockets, because I cannot just... It's a long ladder, all right, to get to the top. So let's head on up there and I'll explain the next stage. So I'm just going to sort of fly on up. Oh, nearly made it. Try not to make everybody too sick. Woohoo! Great views from up here. Do the spinneroony, and we'll use the top access port here. As you can see, the top area here turned out looking like a ship. So you would come out of the portal from our nether here, and you would walk straight along here. So you have no need to really touch foot on the ground below. All the items come to you. Now, the reason why we're standing so far up is what actually happens is we're so far up that any spawns that spawn in caves underneath, it's just too far away. They despawn instantly. So the witches are at a perfect like distance away to spawn and stay there. It's just so we don't have to slab too much or light anything up. Neither no, I did do that anyway. I went around and just lit everything up. Actually, I went through and did a few caves underneath as well. Tried to increase the rates, but with this design, you didn't really need to do that. I just wanted to sort of push the farm into the next level and get those rates a little bit higher. But all the loot obviously comes up the center here. You'll see this is where you're meant to be standing for the farm to turn on. So the farm technically will turn on right now. Well, it should be. If we wait a few seconds, a Hoglin should be pushing a witch, if we're lucky, off the edge. It's not normally this slow, please. The farm is oh, there we go. It started. Oh, fuel. All right, so you can see we're getting sticks and other stuff will come up. But through here and tick, 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 here we come. Some rotten flesh. All sorts of things come up this tube, and they come up, go straight up to the top, and they get sorted out into to the right cell. So obviously we've got gunpowder. We're getting sugarcane to turn into paper. That's why it's called the rocket factory. We've got literally glowstone dust for glowstone. We've got sugar, redstone, eyeballs, sticks, which I used to torches at one point. And we've got empty bottles and overflow of sugarcane again. Now, on the sides, we built two automatic mini sugarcane farms as well. And they're all separate units, so they don't lag down, which is great. Pretty much it grows just tall enough, and this will get knocked off. We've glitched minecart hoppers in the floor here, so that it's zero loss, zero lag sort of thing system going. They actually go, the sugarcane go underneath the floor and get ejected into, oh, there's more stuff flying past, ejected into, as you could just see, injected into the line here to get up to get sorted, and that's how it ends up in this chest here. Now, originally, this farm was not really meant to turn out like it did. It ended up being turned into like a spaceship. A bird? Some people called it a giant bird, mini spaceship. I don't know. So eventually we sort of, once we started getting the spaceship shape, or ship shape, we sort of started just going with it. You know, we went with it. I put this spiral going down, so it looks like it sort of parked over the witch farm and shooting a beam down to suck loot up. I think it turned out fantastic. It's not the fastest farm in the world, and actually, for some reason, the rates are really low. When we built this thing, the rates were much higher. I have a feeling we may have a cave that's interfering, or I don't know what's going on. It was a lot faster back in the day. We did tests. Yep, we did live streams and we had calculated numbers, and I totally forgot those numbers. But it was producing a butt ton of items. You'd stand here for a few hours, get a double chest of gunpowder, you know, whatever you wanted, which was great. Used it a lot. Have beds up here if you want to sleep, because it works more efficient during the day. I have a feeling I don't know, we might have got spawns in a cave, or maybe one of the Zoglings died, or Hoglings, sorry, not Zoglings, Hoglings died down there, so one or two pads might not be working correctly. Or maybe I've placed the glowstone down in the access point too close to the spawning room. See, there's multiple ways that I've screwed something up, but it does actually work. Now, come on up. There is an access point to get into the filtration system right up the top here. You click the button, in you come. This is all overflow. I can't really get further back, but as you can see the redstone. All the sugarcane and gunpowder can build right up here in a multi-tier. Can I see down the gap here? Look, see? Multi-tier system to sit here AFKing for loot, which is great. This is where I get all my rockets pretty much. Yeah, it is a great build, and it just turned out. It's a really nice looking witch farm. Not my favourite, but just a really nice looking witch farm. Very unique. And that's what I go for. Lots of unique builds here. Anyway, I think we should be moving on to our next farm. Okay, I've only got a couple of farms left to show. We are currently back near the main base, as you can see. So we've done literally a full circle of my world. Now, what are the last couple of farms? Well, this here is a cactus processing facility. This facility obviously produced green dye, cactus, and it has a lever that can switch into processing mode, which can process it down to bone meal. That's how we got all the bone meal for the wood farm very early on. So I had an unlimited supply of bone meal. So come on in, come check this out. And I'll explain a little bit. There's not much to see, I must admit. It's a pretty straightforward farm at the end of the day. Okay, so obviously we've got a filter here in the center. We've got cactus, and on both sides we have bone meal. Yep. So right now it's in bone meal mode. So it's processing all that cactus down to bone meal automatically. We switch this to that, and we are now keeping all the cactus instead of processing it. So, yeah, it was sort of a 2-in-1. We had a cactus farm and a bone meal farm all in one. So, how it works, we've obviously got 3 towers. I'm going to have to break into the tower in a sec and show you in. But we've got 3 towers right around this central room here. And pretty much, can I just go outside and look in the window? Yep. Yeah, I think we can. I'm just going to break in. Screw it. Let's just do it. Break in. There you go. Oh, geez, we got a leak. But it's great. It's easy to show you this way. So pretty much if the cactus grows, it breaks off because there's a chain there. As you know, you can't have any cactus growing next to a block. It automatically breaks off, falls into our water here, and flows down. And yeah, and there's so many levels of this going right up. Very nice and compact. Let's I've lost a brick. Oh, that's no good. I'm going to have to replace that. My OCD is going nuts. But yeah, so there's multiple towers here that are exactly the same as each other. And all that cactus flows up these pipes here on the side, as you can see. That flows up all into the center, and there's a back one as well. Yep, flows up. So this is the maintenance area. This is where we can see the redstone and all that good stuff. And the redstone signal pretty much comes up the back end here, up to the top, and controls pretty much just some hoppers. That's literally how it's done. So Cactus comes flying out, as you just seen. Cactus comes flying out, and if the lever is switched, obviously the first one's powered, which will not let items in, and then obviously it'll end up in the middle hopper here, which will keep the items. If the redstone's not powered, obviously this hopper's inactivated, and it drops down into some composters and gets composted, then down into the right cell. That's literally how it works. Very, very simple stuff here. I did a showcase video on this as well, if you want more details and all that sort of stuff. Didn't take too long to build, maybe a couple of live streams worth, really. But we've got a roof here, we got better view. We've got, the main lobby, then the actual three-way cactus here. But it's not overly fast. I built it a little bit away from the base, as you can see, because I was a little bit worried about the lag. Because the old days, I used to build these cactus farms gigantic, like way bigger than this, like chunk size, like right up, like bigger than that. It was just crazy the amount of cactus I used to produce. But I didn't need, crazy fast cactus farm. I needed a steady flow, and this is what this cactus farm produces. Every time you hear that breaking off noise near us, that's a cactus growing, breaking, growing, breaking, growing, breaking, and then it all ends up in the processing unit. It's pretty simple, pretty simple. I could have literally doubled the height if I really wanted to get even more power out of this sucker, but at the end of the day, I think everyone will agree that it produced all the bone meal and cactus that I could ever want. You sit out here like overnight, Bob's your uncle, you've got tons of bone meal. And then most of this stuff, to be honest, was transported over to our four-sided wood farm. I used so much over there in the early days of testing. Oh, crikey, guys, you have no clue. So many bone meal was transported over there. But this processing facility, Cactus processing facility, is a little awesome unit. Not even hard to build. As you can see, crying obsidian, black stone, kept with the themes of the rest of the builds in the area. Freely provided by our gold farm, which is always a good thing. Okay, well, come on over here. You're probably wondering, what the flame and glah is that floating in the sky? Well, it's actually it's a ink farm. Yep, it farms ourselves some black ink and squids mainly. And I'll show you how it all works. So, where do I start with this one? I think I'll start down below here. This is our very last farm of the tour. Then I'll give my final thoughts on the world. So, all right. So this principle is the same as the witch farm principle. We're nice and high. Yep. So if you sit AFK up in that room up there, they're just sort of landing pads. Yep. So you sit up there, look straight down, and then we get squid that constantly spawn in this pool here because it's the perfect distance. It's like just on the edge of the spawning area, you see. So none of the water mass over there or any of the mobs, they don't affect this farm at all. As soon as you get up there, squids start to spawn in the pool because it's just that perfect distance. It's the only spot that the game can really spawn things at the time. So that's pretty much how it works. Now, once the squids have spawned, we've got a couple of fellas in the actual pond itself called Freddie and Glenn. As you can see, they are guardians. Now, what the Guardians don't like, they don't like squids, don't they? So as soon as those, well, I'm trying not to get zapped to death here. Behave, you two. So what actually happens, obviously, we're up there. As soon as squids start to spawn in here, Freddy and Glenn go nuts, zapping them with their laser beams of doom, and they end up, you know, deader than a dead dingo's donger, and then the items float to the surface, and as you can see, we've got like this pool effect going straight into the middle, and the hoppers, yep, suck them all up, and then all the ink and stuff end up downstairs, ready for use. So if you come down here, nothing special, and Bob's your uncle. Look at that, ink sacks. How brilliant is that? Plenty of black dye there, plenty, and you've got this really nice look. And I'll show you. We'll fly up to the top, and I'll show you how it works. Is it time to sleep yet? Is it getting? No, it's perfect. It's fine. All right, up and away. I'll try not to make everyone sick with my flying again. Oh, can I? Oh, here we go. Oh, spinneroony, land, perfect. And then I've got a nice AFK pad up here. So, as I said, stand in the middle, roughly the best middle. Zoom down, look at that, squids. Such a simple squid farm, very simple. So I transported. Look at all of them, bloody nuts. They're going out of render distance, so you can't see some of them, but they are dying. So pretty much how I transported these Guardians in was quite simple stuff. I literally used the Guardian Temple over there. There you go. And I just popped them in a boat. That's it. And then I rode around, and in the pond they went. That's literally how this farm works. Very easy to construct. Okay, it would be a lot harder if you don't have a Guardian just laying around to pop in there, but they are named, so they don't despawn. But right now, look at all that. It's working like a champ. Such a just a unique idea here. Now, if I was to build a version 2 of this, I would love to transport all the ink sacks to me in the sky somehow. I don't know, like, you know, obviously there's many ways we can edit and adjust and make this farm a little bit overkill, and yeah. That leads me to my final bit here. This farm here wasn't my final build of the season, but it was my biggest pain of the season. What do I mean? You're probably like, okay, Data, what the flaming galah are you talking about? Yes, it was my... Okay, so at the time of constructing this farm, I had over 1,000 levels, like 1,100 plus levels legit in survival. I was constructing this farm, and, you know, I haven't died in this world in so long. I was, you know, bragging about it. I was like, I'm the unkillable, blah, blah, blah. Well, my time has come. Minecraft had different plans for me. And what actually happened is, if you look down here, that there was a cave, and it was covered in sand. I may have tapped a bit of sand, updated the block, and the entire floor collapsed underneath me. And what was under the floor was full of creepers. And I didn't have my chest plate on, so all these creepers started detonating, and I died with over 1,000 levels on me. And there might have been an embarrassing clip there. It's up on my channel, of me raging. Yep, when I say raging, I mean absolutely raging. I was not happy. 1,000 legit plus levels down the drain in like a couple of seconds. I cannot believe that. I didn't think that was coming. Nobody thought that was coming. It just bang, creepers down there, like surprise, boom. Like it was bad. I got most of my gear back, but you know, the 1,000 plus levels was gone. It was gone, and I wasn't going to sit there farming or that up sort of again. It was more for bragging rights. Everybody that ever came to a live stream always asked, how did you get 1,000 levels? But they never watched an episode before, and they never seen the gold farm, and, you know, they never seen any of that sort of stuff. So, you know, always get accused of, oh, he must have just spawned those levels in, and Bob's your uncle, but no. Oh, crikey. All right, I think it's time to wrap this up, and I will deliver my final thoughts and some adjustments that I would love to be made around the world. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, Comment below what was your favourite build of this season of Minecraft Down Under. And obviously, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell smashed. And I'll catch you all later. Some of the things that I would like to have done around the world is probably putting in some sort of highway in the top of the nether, because I use that a lot. But then again, I did use my elytra to fly absolutely everywhere. But I did mark torches leading to all the important portals to all my important places, like Witch Farm, Skull Farm, etc. But I just do regret not doing anything. Even installing a road that looks really nice to all the adjacent portals sort of thing would have been absolutely fantastic up here. If the season wasn't coming to an end and, you know, it continued on the same map, I did actually have plans to keep expanding around the base. The next step was actually to build a guardian farm in the water, because I have a temple just off the land. As you can see, I was going to put in either a giant bridge connecting the main base over to the Cactus processing facility, or even a underwater tunnel connecting it all together. I was going to do all that if we were to continue the series, but it's just one of those things that's, you know, not meant to be. I absolutely loved this season, using all the dark brick and building, obviously, the evil Castle of Doom, which the fans did jokingly call it a multiple tier wedding cake. We even got to a point we called it a lava cake. It wasn't really meant to be, but yeah, it ended up being a big joke in the live streams about it being a wedding cake. It got to me, alright? It got to me. Flame and Galar. It's not a wedding cake. Ah, Struth. I guess this is it. This is it. This is the goodbye. No more Season 4 world. Moving on to something new. I cannot wait to, you know, find what we're building next. Guys, obviously if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash those buttons. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All the music that you heard in this tour is available in the link in the description. The world download also available in the description as well. Alright, I'll catch you all later.